Hi guys, how you guys doing today? My name is Andy and I'm from Africa, Lagos, Nigeria to be precise. Today I'm going to be reacting to Andrew Tate, one of his right now the most Googled man on the planet. So I just feel like Africans should also react to it so that we can give our own opinion about what is going on in the world. Now, so I'm going to play the first video here. The first video I have here is this.
To a town called Cluj-Napoca. Drove there in my Chiron, and a kid came up. He said, "Hey, can I take some photos of your car? I have a car spotting page." I was like, "Yeah, whatever, cool." And he goes, "Yeah, okay, I'll just be a few minutes to this." So he took a bunch of photos, and he come up to me and said, "Do you want the photos?" I was like, "Not really, I've already have photos." And he goes, "Oh yeah, okay. Well, if you want them, here's my email address." And I said to him, "Why do you do this? I mean, spend all day standing around taking photos of other people's cars. Is that not a waste of time?" I thought it was a waste of time, but I was wrong. He goes, "Oh, well, I skipped school and I skipped college because I knew if I take pictures of expensive cars and email them to people, I'll have email addresses of the richest people in the world."
Yeah, smart.
I was like, "You're clever." I ended up hiring him. He works for me now. I was like, I like you. He got himself a full-time job that day. He understood. Be near the money. I have no money. Money's over there. Well, let me get closer to it. Like, no point staying over here on my fucking own. Let me at least get closer to it. That was a 17-year-old kid making 10 grand a month in Romania from me.
That's what. Well, that's a very interesting point. Why I say it's interesting is because, I mean, you first of all you have to realize where you are coming from, and if you know that you don't have money, you have to move close to something that will motivate you. Because guess what? When you stay around a group of people who don't have, you tend to be lazy, right? So your ability to want to fight for wealth and prosperity becomes slimmer, because when you look around, everyone around you is broke. You understand me? So that's a very good thing. It's a very good point he just made there. Anyway, let's move on. So
to defend themselves. They were not able to defend themselves against men who are bigger and stronger than them because.
Whoa, don't say men are bigger and stronger than women. That's not true.
I know. I'm bad.
You can't stereotype genders that way. I mean, science may say that's true, but it's obviously not true, because that is hurtful to women. And I think that women are just as strong as men, and they should easily be able to combat men twice their size without a firearm. To think otherwise is, of course, ignorance and bigotry.
That was a mind game. We call it reverse psychology. He knew what the girl was getting at. So what he did was to divert, the dynamics of the conversation towards the girl. So instead of coming like, "Oh, of course, men are physically stronger than women," and I explained it in the other video, that men are physically stronger than women, but women are more emotionally stronger than men. So I presume he was sitting next to a strong feminist, and because he doesn't want to argue what is biological fact that we already know, so he just goes, "You know what? We're all equal. There's no men are not stronger than women, and women are equal." But we know that physically, when she hit the fan, women and women are not the same. We have our own biological strength, and physical strength is not a capability of a woman. Rather, but we have emotional strength. So men are physically stronger than women, and you can argue that however you want to argue it, but it's a biological fact. So let's move on.
That's what men need. They need to feel like all this work I'm putting in, all this shit I'm going through, I'm respected for it. As soon as a man feels like he has no respect, that's the absolute end of a man's interest or a man's tolerance of a situation. I think that's the reason it's happening. I know a lot of men who completely love their wives. They love them with all their heart. They die for her. But he's just not respected in his house.
Okay, he talked about respect. I agree. I feel like a lot of women don't understand what men really want. A man just wants respect. When a man says, "I want a good girl that will love me," what he's saying is not necessarily love, but he's looking for a woman that will respect him. That's the reason why we go to war. That's the reason why men try to achieve success just for respect. What do you think we do all these things for? For respect. We want to be respected among our peers. We want to be respected by our women. We want to be respected by our wives. But at the end of the day, respect is still reciprocal. So the energy you give out is what you get. So you can't be disrespectful to women and expect respect back. So if you want respect, so at the end of the day, you also have to respect the woman for you to get respect back. That makes sense? I don't know. Let's continue.
Can I ask, why do you choose to live there?
In Romania?
Yeah, I know you have like businesses and things going on there, but why there?
There's something that very much angers me about the Western world. I don't feel comfortable here. I don't like the way it functions and operates. I think it's the most corrupt, disgusting, degraded societies on earth. There's nothing left besides money and corporate agenda. And I like living in countries where, one, there's some kind of moral fiber beyond the dollar, and two, I like living in countries where corruption is accessible for everybody. I find it offensive that a police officer in England will stop me for speeding and then refuse to take a bribe and pretend that... No, but I'll tell you why. Because he'll sit there and go, no, this is the law and order, and pretend that the law means something and fuck me over. But if you're a billionaire or if you're Boris Johnson, you can go to Epstein's Island, you can fucking throw parties during COVID, you can do whatever the fuck you want, right? So the whole idea of law and order is a lie. The whole idea of it's bullshit. It's just about if you're high enough, you can throw it all away. I'd rather be in a society where if I'm in Prague and they stop me for speeding and they say, bro, you were speeding. Oh, here's $50. All right, cool. Bye. If corruption exists, which it does, let us all play. Why do only they get to play and I don't get to play? So you live in England and they're going to come around and spout law and order at you all day long, but the elites, they ignore all law and order. It's always been bullshit. It's always been lies. So they're going to sit here and lock you in your house or force you to wear a mask while they get to do whatever the fuck they want. And I don't like being anyone's peon or anyone's sheep. So I like living in a society where my money and my influence and my power means I'm not below.
So what it's saying is completely true. It's completely and utterly true. I live in Nigeria, right? So yes, there's a level of bribe. You could bribe in some cases. Maybe you are speeding and you can bribe. But when you commit real crime, they're going to come for you. They are going to come for you. But the problem I have is that you see all these politicians, they are not, he stole 100 billion naira, he stole 50 billion naira, he stole this, that. But they don't get to go to court. They are not charged. They are not in prison. They are still walking around collecting medals, award. And it's crazy and it's funny because you see a young man from Nigeria that are getting into cyber crime, and he gets caught. Guess what? He goes to prison. But there's a politician somewhere out there that has stolen 100 billion naira. You understand? So a young guy is going to prison because he defrauded someone $2,000. Meanwhile, there's a billionaire out there, there's a politician there that has taken 100 billion naira from the whole entire Nigerian, but he's still working free. He won't go to jail. Nobody will charge him. Guess what? This is what he's talking about. Corruption has to be accessible to everybody, because at the end of the day, law and order doesn't really work. Does it really work? No. It only works when it comes to, like African China said something, poor man went thief Maggie, they go show him face for crime fighters, but rich man went steal money, they know they see their face for crime fighters. Yes, they want to show, when it comes to the average man, they want to show, oh, law and order is in place, you can do this, you can do that. But when a politician who has some status in society does something, they just overlook it. So the idea of law and order, I think it's a complete fallacy, and it's, it depends on who commits the crime that gets to go to jail. If you are high, if you have status in society and you are somebody and you're a politician, you don't get to go to jail. But if someone of the average does anything illegal, they're going to come after you with everything. This is what he's talking about, and it's completely right. I completely and utterly agree with him, because it is going on here, even in Africa. You understand? Is that all? Let's see if we are. Oh, that's all. All right, guys. So that will be all for today. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, comment on the video, and I'll pull up more clips for you to to react to more Andrew Tate, and basically everyone that is doing something that is basically anyone that is doing anything will do more reaction videos. So make sure you like, subscribe, and click on the like button. Make sure you share as well. So you can put this on, you can clip any part of this on TikTok or whatever. You don't have to tag me, just put it out there. Let's get this channel growing. Anyway, that's enough for today. Thank you for watching this video. If you'd like to watch more of this video, make sure you subscribe, like, and share.